Are you the Bourbon King? You're the Yellow King? Oh, sorry. I just rewatched.
Comment below.
I just rewatched season 1 of True Detective. And it's all about like the Yellow King and Carcosa and all that stuff.
Comment below.
Good excuse.
I'm gonna have to bleep that,
excuse.
dude. I'm gonna have to
Good
bleep
excuse,
that.
homeboy.
I'm gonna have to bleep it.
Great. Yeah, I'm gonna bleep the whole thing here. Good thing the only thing that comes out of my mouth is Puritan. Thank you.
See?
What?
Very much.
Welcome to Curiosity Public. My name is Dutch.
My name is Jules.
Truly innocent angel. Dion.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Not so innocent. Just like, what's that song? Anyway, in today's episode.
Wow.
I'm an Oppenheimer.
Oh, wow. Can we stop, please? Welcome to yet another episode of the Ultimate Spirits Competition, which is our quest to review every sipping spirit on the face of the planet and subject it to our crazy hard 100-point scoring system. And in this episode, we have a producer tier here of our memberships on Patreon. And if you are a producer, occasionally you will get to pick the review. Now, we're really bad at this, and we apologize.
That's why we say occasionally.
Yeah, because our production schedule, if you don't know it can be months between when I solicit a recommendation and we actually are able to release it. But that's just the nature of it.
And if we're able to acquire said bottle.
Yeah, but anyway, that's huge thanks to Ernie, one of our very first member, and now
Amazing.
Now one of our producers on Patreon. So if you want to become a producer, check it out. Go to Patreon. Link
Really helps us out
in the description, and you get to advise us on what we should be reviewing. So he actually really wanted us to do a Virginia distillery. He wanted us to do a Bowman Brothers. He actually recommended the single barrel, but Ultimate Spirits Competition, we don't allow single barrel, so we're going to do the small batch instead. This is a bottle that I think we all know about.
Well, do we?
Well,
there's a lot of mystery.
There's a lot of mystery.
There's a lot of mystery.
Why don't you pass your glasses
know about
down?
the mystery.
Let's talk a little bit about the mystery, because when I first heard about this, I had heard this is the cheap Blanton, because it's, they source some mash bill number 2, and then they age it in Virginia in their own casks. Like, they're just sourcing the raw distillate. And then I've heard people say, no, it's mash bill number 1, because obviously if they're doing it to Buffalo Trace doesn't even own mash bill number 2. And then I've heard it's a blend. I've heard the company itself purposefully puts out misinformation about where it's from because they don't want people to know. Anyway, what do you say, Dylan?
A couple of unique things. First, I think they do triple distilling, right?
Well, they buy the distillate, they redistill it.
Right, in their own
and then they pop
system.
it in the barrels.
Yeah, and then, the thought is mash bill number 1. At least that's, I think, the
prevailing.
Yeah, that's the consensus. I think.
I've read both, and I've even read.
It doesn't really matter because the question is this a great alternative? Right now that Buffalo is part of this, right?
So what we actually decided to do, and again, this is some members footage that you're going to see if you're a member of Curiosity Private on YouTube or on Patreon. You'll be able to see this bonus content, which is what we call taste off. And this is going to actually be a double taste off. So taste off. Because we thought, look, there's 90 proof mash bill number 1 that's readily available here in Buffalo Trace, or for some people readily available. This will be a great taste off in its own. There's also mash bill number 2 that's 90
All right,
proof.
pass that down.
Elmer.
So we're going to do a triple. We're going to have a 3-way after this.
Love 3 ways.
A 3-way taste off between these 3 bottles, and should be interesting. I don't know, man.
Sounds
They're all 90 proof.
I am curious.
Let's take a quick look at the bottle before we move on here. So there it is. Bowman Brothers, Pioneer Spirits, Virginia Straight Bourbon Whiskey, small batch, 90 proof. There's the back. The sticker is not centered, which annoys me, but that's fine. There's a lot of lore about, the Abraham or the Bowman brothers themselves. There's 3 brothers. We should also talk about the real hype bottle.
The cast strength?
Yes. That nobody can find. Jules and I had the extreme privilege of being able to try it thanks to a fan of the show that found us in London.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. We're going to score it. We'll be back in a jiff. You might be right about mash bill number 1.
Like I said, am I ever wrong?
Well, I just got a note that makes me think of it.
It's like it smells like Buffalo Trace.
Price point on this is going to be around $30 to $35, at least here on the West Coast. Comment below if this is cheaper in Virginia or in your market. All right, we've had some time to taste. We've all scored it independently. We haven't discussed it. We haven't revealed our scores to each other. We're going to do that in a second. But first, Jules is going to tell you everything you need to know about our scoring system. Actually, not everything you need to know, but just a general idea of what our scoring system is.
Pretty much everything. 10 categories that add up to 100 that include aroma, flavor, body, complexity, balance, finish, uniqueness, drinkability, aesthetics, and value. You can score in a competition. You get a 16 up. Go from bronze.
You can medal.
Or you can medal, excuse me. In a competition, you go from, or 16 up, you go from bronze, silver, gold to diamond.
Right, so 60 to 70 will be a bronze. 70 to 80, so on. Okay, initial score. Let's reveal it. My initial score. 77.
76.
76.
Wow. We almost trifecta
Almost
it again.
triple 7.
This is really interesting. I'm ready to talk. You guys ready to talk?
I'm ready to go.
All right, let's kick things off with aroma 7.
7.
7.
Yeah.
7.
Really nice, pleasant.
Pleasant.
I got to hit a cherry.
Yeah.
Which actually was
Me too.
kind of telling for me because that's kind of a typical mash bill number 1 thing for me.
I don't get the cherry, like, because the way I look at cherry is that there has to be slight citrusy sour component.
No, but that's if you bite it. I think if you just smell like a basket of cherries, that's what I was
all right.
Aroma.
Touche.
Cherry. Yeah.
For me, it's always like if there is that, wine grape component, right? And that's what I like about a lot of the Buffalo Trace releases because there's that core.
So you got wine grape on the nose?
I did. And
See,
you
to me,
start
on the,
with that grape.
on the nose, I would think that of more of a mash bill number 2. Whereas I got more cherry.
has it too.
I'm with you on that too.
Mash
If I got more grape.
too, but like
You guys both got more grape. I got
No,
more
I
cherry.
didn't. I got more cherry on this.
Which, again, that's weird. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it is a blend of mash 1 and 2.
no.
We're about to find out.
No, we're not. We're going to guess.
So what's missing? What's missing?
It's not very deep.
Yeah.
It's kind of superficial flavors. The nose it's good.
A lot of ripe fruit.
And the sugars.
Yeah,
the
it's
sweetness
like
is missing.
going out to the vineyard and just having some grape, but it's not cooked in. There's no jam.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of the ethanol hit as well.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little bit caustic. So that's why it's not an 8, 9, or 10. But overall, it's always in the positive.
Very, very positive. It's just not very rich smelling to me. Like I want it to be
Depth.
deeper
Yeah.
and a little more enveloping, and it's a little more superficial smelling, but it's good. It's good flavors.
Good.
Okay, next category, flavor 16.
17.
17.
17, sir. I think
Close.
it's got to go up. I want to mention something. This
I
is
get a 16.
I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't realize this before. I mean, I've had this multiple times. I've had the port version, the single barrel, all that. I've noticed that there's an oily component. The mouthfeel really elevates the flavor profile, and that's why I gave it an extra point. I think
For flavor or body?
for flavor first, right? Because if they didn't have that, I would say, well, probably you could exchange this for a regular Buffalo Trace. Maybe this is what I would see, and maybe a couple of the select, like the barrel picks of Buffalo Trace.
For me, it's right at the beginning of the palate, and it doesn't linger. That's the reason I don't agree with you.
It has a slight savory component, which is really interesting.
See, what I get though is I get this upfront spiciness, which is really nice, and it kind of, to me, is almost like an elevation over standard Buffalo Trace or like standard mash bill number 2 stuff. Like it has that bright spice at the beginning, which segues really nicely into the fruits.
Yeah.
I just didn't get enough flavors. I got just the fruit, that spicy hit, and some general sweetness. I couldn't pick out specific fruits very easily. I couldn't pick out specific kinds of sugars. It was good, all good flavors, but they weren't well defined.
No, I gotta say, I agree with you on the 16, like everything that you've said, but there is a savory component.
It's
There's really,
subtle.
really interesting. I find it to be unique in that regard.
Well, give it the points in uniqueness.
Uniqueness. That's what's funny. Everything you described is body up and uniqueness up.
Yeah, that's why my uniqueness score is pretty
Okay,
high.
I'll go down on the flavor.
You're going to go to 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll go up on the uniqueness.
All right. Well, let's move on to body. I thought the body was very good. 7.
I like this one. 8.
7.
I thought it was 8.
It's a bit drying.
Well,
dude,
what I said though is
towards the end.
if that initial kind of oily coating lasted, I would agree with you. But I get it right at the beginning,
Same.
and then it just like the spice eats.
And it's one of
through it
those
or
when you're
something.
eating like, green grapes, how it gets drying after a while.
Little
You have
bit.
too many.
Little
It
bit.
feels like that.
I like it. I like the spiciness. I
I like the spice.
Like,
The spice is
the-
really, really nice.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning.
What I
don't get it
what I
right at
really
the
love
beginning,
about it, and this
But it's
goes
a fun
back to like
journey.
the flavor profile as well, but it's I like where the wood component is in this.
Actually, me too.
Like the
Because it feels
proportion-
like
yeah.
just even.
Yeah,
and
just
it's
even
really
keel,
nice.
Even keel, and
it is nice.
this is one of those things where it's like this is a nicely crafted.
really, really good
Yeah.
presentation.
This is not over oaked.
No.
I'm not
it's
gnawing on
there,
wood.
and it's just
it's
nice.
just
Yeah.
it's nice. It's
Yeah.
right there. It's a platter.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Next category, complexity. I actually just changed my score on this. I went down to a 7.
I got a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely
I'm
a
at a
7.
7.
It's there. I mean, there's clear spice. There's clear sweet. There's clear fruits. There are
Actually,
some.
the
We talked about it earlier too. Like,
they're
I
not
just
very
wish
clear,
the depth
actually. Yeah, it's
was
the depth.
greater.
What I
and-
love it, it's refreshing after drinking all the mediocrity. This is like, there's no tannic.
Yeah, no.
There's
No
not
grain.
that
Yeah, no
grainy
garbage.
hit.
Yeah.
They're like,
Triple distilled. That's why.
yeah. It's just it's really refreshing, and so you know what, I gotta give them props for that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, it's good. It's good. I think you're right though. I think one more flavor component, one more clearly defined
clearly defined
sugar component or fruit
Or
component
floral.
or
Yeah.
floral. I feel like there almost is a floral component, but it's just kind of
But again, it's like I'm just walking by
Yeah.
like a bushel of it, and
Yeah.
then that's it.
next category balance. I give it an 8.
I gave it an 8.
I really like the
Yeah,
journey.
I like the journey. I agree.
And it's funny. I was just talking about with where it's all even, and I gave it a 7 initially, but I think I'm going to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not balanced as in like everything comes at you equally the whole
No,
time. It's balanced
but it's
if you look
as
at
the
it
journey
longitudinally.
progresses.
Like
Yeah. You know,
I mean, it's
you're right. Yep.
yeah.
I'll go up to an 8.
The journey is balanced, not any individual point along the journey, but the whole thing it works.
Yeah.
It's actually like
Now I
Even
gotta
if
think
different
about-
things like
it's like 3-dimensionally balanced.
I do think
Are we
fourth
not thinking
dimensionally,
fourth
so-
dimensionally?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4th dimensionally balanced.
Four
Yeah, it's really
dimensions.
good. I mean, I
Yeah, kudos.
definitely an 8.
Kudos.
All right, next category, finish 7.
7.
This is where it was weakest for me. I give it a 6.
It's a little short.
I agree.
short.
It is short.
It's
and
short.
it's drying for me.
I don't get the dry.
You know,
No
but
dry.
and I wish it lingered though. So
It's not dry.
it's just really short.
It's a soft 7. If it was drying for me, I understand the 6, but I'm not experiencing that. So
Massage those parotid glands.
slow motion zoom.
I
in on
know
that
you
one.
gotta zoom in.
All right, next category, uniqueness. Virginia bourbons, potentially sourced from Buffalo Trace. 8.
I gave it a 7.
I gave it
but
a 7, but I think I think I'm going up
Well,
35
no. You know what though?
at $35.
I
dude.
give it a higher score on the single barrels and the cast strengths. Right?
But
Those
dude,
are
this
truly
is a
unique
small
though.
batch, and it's that good.
Yeah, but I mean,
Come on, available.
Come on, Buffalo Trace. There's.
Although, would you
Eagle
buy this
Rare,
over Buffalo
there's-
Trace?
Well, we're gonna find out.
Yeah,
I think I might.
I'm.
I think I might too.
I
That's
don't
why
know.
I think I might go.
This is
up.
one of those. I'm like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here.
I think it's got a little bit. It's got that spicy punch, which I think I might prefer over Buffalo
I
Trace.
like
think I'm
that
going
oil,
up.
man.
I'll
I
go
like
up.
that mouthfeel.
So what do you got?
I went up a point, and so now I'm at 78. Oh, uniqueness is at 8.
Oh, you went up on uniqueness.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll keep it at 7 for now.
All right, guys. Next category, drinkability.
I give it an 8.
I give it an 8.
Give it a 9.
I'm thinking about going up.
Like, why would you stop drinking this?
Short finish.
Yeah, short finish.
Yeah, the finish is
It's that's it.
but it's not bad,
like,
man. Like,
it's not bad.
so drinkable.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's the only reason why it's not perfect.
That's why it's a 9. I mean, everything here. I want to go back.
I want higher proof. I want.
I kind of
but it's drinkability, man. This is so easy to go back to.
That's why it's an 8. For me, it's an 8.
I don't know, man.
I'll go up.
You going to
I
9?
think I'm with you. 9.
I think it's very drinkable. Very drinkable.
That's it.
All right,
Sold me.
guys.
Sold me.
Let's get into the non-flavor components here. Aesthetics and value. Aesthetics.
4.
3.
I give it a 5.
What are you talking about?
Dude,
No,
you can
I
easily see this
understand
on
you.
the
I
shelf.
don't understand
Come
the 3.
on.
Yeah, you know this.
I mean,
on the
come
shelf.
on. You'll see this instantly.
Like this is like a clock.
Yeah.
You know, if you got rid of this part
Exactly.
right here.
I mean, you guys are the best bottle guessers in the world. You mean to tell me you don't recognize that?
Yeah.
Come
look
on.
at the bold
I think you know why I got annoyed is because the sticker was off center on
No,
the back.
you know what? Look at
Oh,
you can
really?
see
Where?
you can
Which
see the
sticker?
people in the like
He's
you see the
right.
one over
Okay.
there.
He's right.
Look inside.
Look at the
I didn't
silhouette.
catch that.
Come
Yeah.
on.
You can see the
So-
silhouette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's
Pick
why I
up on
gave it a
it.
4.
Yeah,
they could
it
see
does
that.
pick up on there. Look at that silhouette.
That's
in the
brilliant.
background.
Come on,
It's 4.
dude.
It's a 4.
You're right.
That's iconic.
Yeah, I'll go up.
Fucking-
I'll go up to a 4.
Yeah, at least a 4.
That's pretty good. All right. Final category, value.
I gave it a 4.
I give it a 4.
Give it a 5.
I kind of get it, but then you're wondering.
You're at $35.
Buffalo
Sure,
Trace
but
is
then if I saw
25.
Buffalo Trace, yeah, and then if I want to change it up, different experience, why
That's
not
why it's
for
not
that
a 5.
much more?
It's $10 more than Buffalo Trace.
I mean, it's a possibility that like in some parts of the country,
Yeah.
this is the only thing that's
Could be
available.
cheaper in other parts of the
cheaper.
country. At
That's why it's a
35
4.
bucks.
I'm okay with the 4.
I think I'll stick with the 5.
I see the 5. It's a very strong 4. I see the 5. I'm
You
not.
know what?
come on.
I would defend your score because if you compare all the mediocrity on the shelf,
Yeah,
like you go to Total Wine, everything that's there, I'm like, it's just like collectively pass,
guaranteed
right?
good time.
Maybe
You
he's
know,
right.
you
Guaranteed
Think about all the
good
craft
time
stuff
of
that's
all
50,
the
60
stuff.
bucks. This is
Yeah.
so much better.
Yeah,
And it's 35 bucks.
yeah, and it does provide that extra little.
I don't know about availability.
yeah, and that I
Yeah,
don't
it's not
know.
as
It's
available.
available here though.
It's not as
I mean, I
available. That's why
see
it's
it
not a
more
perfect.
I think the small batch is pretty available.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Not the same.
I'm
I don't see it.
teetering.
I don't see it all the time.
I'm
I don't,
teetering on
I
going to
don't
5.
see it all the time.
Yeah, it's not everywhere. But is it just as available as regular Buffalo Trace? If it is, I think it deserves the 5.
Yeah, and I'm
It was
giving it.
I
that
found this at the
benefit of the
grocery
doubt.
store. I'm
That's
gonna go to
fine.
5.
No, to me, no, wait. To me, a
No?
5
Hard it
is
to get
like
stuff at
no,
Vaughn's.
well, at least for me, the
We
way I
gave Buffalo
interpret
Trace
this
a
is
5. Why doesn't this get a 5?
Exactly.
because
Just for being
you
10 bucks
gave
more.
Buffalo Trace a 5.
Why doesn't this also get a 5?
Yeah, this is
Because
great.
this is more
value.
expensive.
You're right. That's why this is like a
Only 10
4.9.
bucks more.
Yeah, that's why I rounded down.
I know.
For me, it's
I'm
a
really
4.75.
teetering on the edge,
Oh
man.
man, I don't know. I mean, I get your guys' argument.
Look, if there were like if I looked in the shelf, there's nothing left, and this is right there. I'd grab this, right?
No, if there's this and
Along
Buffalo
with-
Trace,
But here's the other thing, right? Think about Wild Turkey 101.
sure,
Think about all the other releases from the other legacy.
It provides a
distilleries,
different.
right?
it's a different experience.
different
Yeah,
experience.
but like, in
and I
terms of
might say
value,
more elevated.
I agree. It's
Come on, a more elevated experience
Let's
at
give
that
it to
value.
like you're in Vegas. You have $20 and some change.
How about Bullet? Bullet's like a 90 proofer.
Yeah,
I think I might
you're
pick
gonna
this.
pick this over Bullet for sure.
Yeah, pick this over.
Like, what's something in
Hands
35
down.
points? 35 points. 35 bucks that you're gonna pick over this.
Wild Turkey 101.
Different proof point, different experience. I hear
different
you.
time of week.
0400.
No.
Because there's so many good things from the legacies. That's why I'm with you on the 4.
Jim Beam.
New
Distiller's
needs
cut.
friends.
All right.
Yes.
Well, we're not
Yes.
gonna change anybody's mind.
Go find us.
I stayed with a 4. Let's get our final tally for Bowman Brothers small batch. I ended up going down and then back up, so I'm still at a 77.
I went all over 79.
Wow. I'm at 76.
Which gives us our official score. The official Curiosity Public Ultimate Spirits competition score for Bowman Brothers Small Batch is a 77.
Wow. That's
incredibly
score.
good.
wow. I mean,
Yeah, that's a very high,
Virginians!
very high silver, very good whiskey, very
it again.
enjoyable.
Virginians! You don't know where that's from.
no, you know what? Jules is really good at making turkey sounds, trying to mimic Sean Connery, and then this kind of thing.
Exactly.
All right, takes out Jules and Sean Connery's voice.
I don't think I can do the whole thing in that.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us what you guys think in the comments
This is
below.
something like Sean
Thumbs
Connery.
up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let us know how you feel. Subscribe for more videos from Curiosity Public. If you want to help us out, please consider joining Curiosity Private membership program here on YouTube and Patreon, where you get videos like this taste off we're about to do. The Bowman
Trademark.
Brothers, yeah, 3-way. Check it out. T-shirts also, links in the description. Oh, no, not that one. This one.
We should do an Iron Maiden themed T-shirt. Though.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't. Actually, I know why we haven't.
He thinks it's devil music.
Devil music boy over here. Anyway, we have a podcast on the major podcast platforms.
This isn't helping
As
me with my
always, stay
argument.
safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious. I mean, it's literally the number
It's
of
like,
the bees.
look, I know.
Yes, it's so bad.
It's great.
He's scared of it. That's why.
Lovely.
I'm not scared. Okay.